Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Wake Up Nigeria, and of course, it's What's Up and About. What's Up and About? Anxiety. That's what's up and about. Everybody in Nigeria lately has been anxious for one reason or the other, whether it's Mother Nature and the heat that she's serving Nigeria, or whether it's the fuel prices or prices of everything going up. Is it your health and you can't afford medication? What? Every single thing has, it's like Nigeria is out to kill us. God forbid.
God forbid. You're getting the God forbid bug.
Yeah,
now.
I know. Yeah, but
So-
it has an effect on us as individuals, every single person. Anxiety. I mean, I was ill only just yesterday. I zeroed it down on exactly why it was. I'm broke. Apart from that, no, I'm joking. But everything combined, actually, for me, my blood pressure went up. You know, I went for a checkup and they told me that you got to get on meds. And I'm like, meds already? No other considerations whatsoever. I was put on meds. I decided maybe I should change my habits before meds. So I logged off of the meds, and then that actually spoiled everything. Because once you're on those meds, you're supposed to keep being on them. But I decided, no, I'm going to go habit, the way of changing my habits. But the question is, how do we help the situation we find ourselves as individuals, the anxiety that we're going through?
I think you need to even just learn to recognize that it's anxiety in the first place. Nigerians have been known to be very resilient people. What we go through on a daily basis is something that the average European can't go through over a month and not land in the hospital. You wake up in god-awful hours of the day, get into traffic for 3 hours, get to an office, work under strenuous conditions, probably with poor ventilation, poor access to power, probably not much access to water to drink. And as soon as you get a break, you're wondering how much you're going to spend to even eat lunch. Whether you're even going to have enough to eat lunch to even just, replenish. And then you're thinking, okay, so by the time I get home, do I have enough to give something to my wife? I'm talking about for men now. My wife to cook a meal for the house. There's just so much the average Nigerian is going through that they don't realize they're putting their body through excessive stress.
And mind.
Excessive. This is on another level of stress. Our stress level as Nigerians. And I think that's one of the reasons why whenever Nigerians go abroad, they thrive and flourish. Because they're chilling. they're having a great time. But sometimes anxiety eventually gives physical symptoms, which is what you
experienced only just over the weekend. Yeah. This one doesn't go through stress. Let's continue.
Why?
Nah, baby girl, no.
Why?
Why?
What is a stress?
Why would you not let her speak?
What is a stress?
Another conversation all in my mind.
Yeah.
As you know. That's all I'll say to you. Anyways. Okay, I mean, I feel everyone goes through stress. I just also feel that everyone expresses stress differently, right? And the truth of the whole issue is that, yes, some people experience anxiety and react to it differently. Like Mazino.
How do I don't, what are you pointing at?
People that understand what I just said. I'm saying it. While other people, I don't know, people lash out, and sometimes you wonder why Nigerians, Lagosians are so aggressive.
Yeah.
You wonder why everybody no good for anyone. It's part of it, it's just a way of expressing it. So I think my focus these days, especially even with what I try to do in my personal life, is literally just make certain mindful decisions about the things I do and the things I bother myself with.
Yeah.
Like I know I actually try to have a moment each day of like mindfulness, right? Being present in the moment. When I wake up in the morning, that little time I wake up and then right before I go to bed, where I literally just think about everything that literally has happened through the day. But still, sometimes I get worked up, but other times I just try to say, okay, fine. Despite the fact that everything is going on, there's still things to be grateful for, right? It's just thinking about, okay, fine, I'm grateful for this, mindfulness, deep breathing, just ease up. And of course, I take really long walks.
Yeah.
And sometimes
also, physically, walks do it for you, yeah?
Physically walks, jogs, runs, they literally, it's normal. When you get yourself into physical activities, you release endorphins, and that alone puts you in a better mood.
Yeah.
Also, like not this type of sunshine, sunlight.
So endorphins is
there are a
great.
few
Endorphins are the happy hormone. right?
Yeah.
And one thing I know Nigerians have turned to is comedy, funny videos, things they see online, making themselves laugh and feel happy. It has been suppressing a lot of people's anxiety to a certain extent. But then again, the same social media also has all sorts of videos of terrible things going on, wrong in different parts of the world, in our own spaces, you know, and this can cause anxiety. Now, when we say anxiety, this is what we mean. We mean faster breathing, we mean dizziness, we mean headaches, heart palpitations, just, you know, just not being able to sit still, being restless.
Agitated, not able to focus,
People don't see it as anything. They think it's normal.
Let's make it relative. How you handle it by taking a walk. What do you do?
So I've handed everything to God. I go into prayer, first of all. Yes, I leave everything on God's table that in the end is not me.
I'm sorry, Titi, but I'm going to jump on here and I'm going to say this. Yes, I'm going to say this. Yes. I think that's a problem. It's a problem for us Nigerians handing everything over to God.
No, it's not a problem.
Not
I'm going to say this. Allow me say this. Allow me
It's not
finish.
a
Allow me
problem.
land. We often do this where we hand everything to God without putting in effort ourselves, work ourselves. Physically, how do you manage
She
it?
never said
You
it.
take a walk. Titi hands it over to God. Do you do anything physical by yourself?
I hand it over to God first.
She said
That's what I said. I said first.
It's not like I'm godless, so
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not godless, but I'm saying
So this is
heaven helps those who help
He was the one that
themselves.
asked me.
Sorry, now this.
He asked me questions.
Now this.
And I'm answering the question.
Okay, now this.
The truth
How
is,
uncouth
it
of me.
helped me because there was a certain situation I went through late 2021, early 2022 that put me into a state of anxiety like I had never known before. I'm talking about I could stop dead in my tracks and not be able to breathe, probably not even be able to see. And everything just went cold.
That was my weekend.
The issue for me was then, at that point, no medication that had been prescribed before then, nothing else was going to work. Nobody dragging me, pouring water on me was helping. But as soon as I started praying, it worked for me.
Now, I'm going
So
to
that
say
helped.
this,
That helped.
as you know, directly to you,
Yeah.
right? First of all, I honestly, everybody is free to believe whatever they believe, right? If Titi believes that she hands over to God and it works for her, and that's fine. And that is the way it should be. For me, I would say I do pray as well. And knowing that beyond you, there is a greater power that literally keeps you here, makes you know that you're not your own. So no matter whatever you're going through, right? Having the mindset alone that, okay, you know what? There are things working for me. That one is on one side. I will do my own in my space within my power. Everything works together, not against themselves. So you cannot say,
God
fine,
conversations,
I will jog, and
God
I'll
conversations
literally say,
are very, very iffy for me. I'll tell you that.
I hear you.
No problem.
Because what I see here is extremes. So to you, you're accusing her of being extreme, not putting in effort, but you are also a little bit extreme.
How
You do your physical activities and then you leave certain things unhandled.
Exactly.
You have to create a balance. Everything is
And
about
that's all I'm saying. That balance, what comes first? As in, we always say God, God, God. Yeah, these God conversations, I don't. Anyway,
Titi is not
you
known to
walk.
be a lazy person.
You
Do you
walk.
know Titi as
She
a lazy
hands it
person?
over to God. I will tell you something for sure, however. I do know when each of you are stressed.
Okay.
I know how you express it.
Okay,
You
how do
three bottles it up, bottles it up, and then often there's one small tear that comes rolling down her eye. And
Oh,
you're like,
come on now.
for you,
It's not one, believe me, it's not one. It's a
Yeah, she
bucket
does.
full of tears.
for you,
And I'll cry if I need
for
to,
you,
and that's fine.
You become
It's part of
very,
life.
very motherly.
Motherly.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for you, what do? You break down?
Oh, I
work?
kettle
I
kettle
become-
steam. I just explode.
Yeah, he explodes a lot. But
Not about you,
but the
explode,
issue is
please.
everyone has their way of reacting
Yeah,
to
true,
stress.
actually.
But there are feelings of fear and worry that affect a lot of people, and we need to understand that they could be considered a medical condition.
It is,
So you should
Yes.
go for your checks. Now, we talked last month about going for medical checks. We gave a whole month of different types of checks you're supposed to go through. If you missed it, go onto YouTube and check out our health conversations throughout the month of January.
It's still continuing this month because
Yes,
we
it is.
have a doctor in with us, and she's actually
Mental
giving us tips on how to handle these instances mentally. And today we'll be discussing anxiety as well.
Yeah,
So
sure.
Yeah.
it's a good one, isn't it? So if you stay tuned, you get to see Dr. Bonjubola
Bojubola. Yes.
join us on that conversation. So
But
make sure that you do.
Mazino, take your meds.
What
And
meds?
cry if you need to. It
Yes.
helps, believe me.
Yes.
Actually cry.
Take
Cry
your
if you
meds.
need to.
Actually cry. Cry is good. All right.
All right, then.
you wanna
May
tell
you
them?
find solace in whatever you're dealing with. We are going to be back after this break.